If it's not Kenny Pickett, the only other option is Shedeur, because I believe he's the best talented quarterback on that roster.
Jeff, what's the expectation in league circles on how the Kenny Pickett injury will impact the quarterback competition in Cleveland?
It makes sense that Shedeur Sanders should be getting reps ahead of the guy that we drafted 2 rounds before.
Fair. Shedeur is the most talented quarterback in Browns camp.
I absolutely do not mind it at all. Kenny Pickett is a first rounder that you traded a 5th round pick for.
Kenny Pickett just got finished. Not by a hit, not by a defender, but by his own hamstring during practice. And now the Browns' entire quarterback plan just blew to pieces. And while everyone was staring at the trainers, Shedeur Sanders stepped forward like the moment had been written for him. Now he's taking QB1 reps, the haters are losing their minds, and Cleveland may have just stumbled into the biggest blessing they never asked for.
But when the guy right over the top of you, let's see if that leg gets bent underneath.
So, here's what actually went down. Kenny Pickett rolled out like it was just another routine drill, planted his foot, and boom, he hit the turf. And this wasn't one of those he'll shake it off in a minute situations. One bad step, and it was game over. No walk-off, no tough guy limp, just trainers sprinting in and teammates already knowing it was serious before the diagnosis even dropped.
Not sign another quarterback in wake of the hamstring injury, so that means this week.
Let's be real. This wasn't some precautionary cramp or day-to-day strain. This was a full-on system crash. Word spread fast inside the facility, and it wasn't pretty. Grade 3 hamstring tear, possible tendon damage, and surgery on the table. If you're thinking a couple of weeks off, think again. We're talking 3 months minimum, and even that's optimistic. If the rehab drags, and it usually does with this kind of injury, the Browns might not see Pickett again until December, and by then, what's the point?
That's a good way to jump off this starting conversation.
Unless you want an injured quarterback.
Over the weekend, we got news that Kenny Pickett suffered some sort of hamstring injury during Saturday's practice. He did finish the practice.
This is the guy they traded for. The one they brought in for stability, familiarity, the so-called safe option. But before he even made it to preseason, the entire plan fell apart. And while the staff scrambled to figure out what just hit them, Shedeur Sanders was already locked in, calm, focused, and moving like the moment had been calling his name all along. Let's be honest, Shedeur Sanders wasn't in the plan. He was the 5th round extra arm, buried behind veterans, thrown into drills with practice squad scraps and staffers running routes. He wasn't developing, he was being sidelined.
Because, after all, they're all part of the Cleveland Browns. He scored a couple of touchdowns on the goal line. And the one thing that I mentioned was the simple fact that...
But here's the twist. He never played like it. Every drill they tossed him into, every scrap rep they gave him, Shedeur treated it like a live audition. He wasn't there to blend in. He wasn't there for optics. He was there because he knew what nobody else wanted to admit, that the moment would come, and when it did, he'd better be undeniable.
And then, in my opinion, I think that Shedeur Sanders is the best.
And now, that moment has arrived. With Pickett down and Flacco's arm stuck in 2012, those extra reps have to go somewhere. And Shedeur is eating them alive. He's stepping into live-action reps against the second-team defense. And guess what? He's lighting it up.
I think Sanders will be the first quarterback picked off the board. He should be an excellent thrower. You can't really confuse him.
The same coaching staff that barely gave him a glance a week ago is suddenly watching every throw he makes. And the energy, you can feel it shift. The kid's throwing dimes, moving the chains, and commanding the huddle like he's been in the league for years. So now the Browns are stuck in a beautiful little problem they never saw coming. The guy they tried to hide is starting to look like the only one who belongs.
I know you drafted Gabriel III, but I don't think he's as good as Shedeur. So let's see what Shedeur has and put him out there in that game. I'm 26 years old. He's still extremely young. If he goes out here and plays well, that's a bonus for your football team, and then you have 2 young dudes behind him that you are developing. Joe Flacco going out there, I absolutely disagree with that because he's older, you're not going to win.
Let's call it what it is. The Browns' quarterback room isn't a competition right now. It's a full-blown mess. As Joe Flacco's there for leadership and throwback vibes, not to win a job. Dylan Gabriel looks the part, but his timing's off, his reads are late, and he's clearly swimming. Pickett was supposed to be the Band-Aid, the guy to hold the clipboard, run the script, and not lose games. But now he's hurt, out for months, And suddenly that whole plan's collapsing like a folding chair in high wind. And guess who's walking straight into that chaos without blinking? Shedeur Sanders. He was never supposed to be more than an extra arm. He was the insurance plan's backup. The just-in-case everything goes wrong guy. Well, everything went wrong. And now, the rookie they didn't want to spotlight is running circles around the ones they did.
We have a great feel for this young man. He's a very, very hard worker. He has fun when he's in the building. I'm enjoying watching him progress with every single meeting, with every single rep. He's doing a great job.
And trust me, it's making people nervous. Coaches are watching, players are talking. The guy they labeled a camp body is showing more control, more confidence, and more edge than anyone expected. And now, there's no hiding it. Ever wonder why the most talented guy in camp isn't the one getting the spotlight? That's exactly why you need to like this video, drop a QB1 in the comments, and hit subscribe. Because Shedeur's moment is being buried by politics, and this channel's the only one calling it out in real time. And what you're seeing on the field is one thing. What's happening behind the curtain? That's where the real drama is. Because here's the part no one wants to say out loud. This isn't just about quarterback reps. It's about control. Andrew Berry traded for Kenny Picket. That was his move, his reputation, his insurance plan. And now that plan is limping around the facility while Shedeur Sanders, the rookie Berry didn't even want, is lighting up camp. You think the GM's thrilled? Not a chance. Every good throw Shedeur makes chips away at Berry's authority.
So Jimmy Haslam, there's a lot of speculation. He wanted Shedeur Sanders. The staff drafted Dillon Gabriel.
And here's the kicker. Jimmy Haslam wanted Shedeur, not just as a flashy name, but as a future franchise face. And now the kid is delivering. He's poised, he's sharp, and he's winning the room. So now Stefanski's stuck in the middle, a GM protecting his trade, an owner backing the rookie, and a quarterback room that just flipped upside down. This isn't a competition, it's a turf war. And Shedeur, he didn't start the fight, but he's winning it.
Thank you for Browns organization for giving me a chance. That's all I need.
Yeah! Let's be real. They gave Shedeur a chance. The media labeled him before he ever threw a pass. He's just Prime's kid. It's a PR pick. He'll get cut by week 3. That was the narrative. They didn't scout him, they dismissed him. But then the clips started leaking. Lasers across the middle, perfect ball placement. Shedeur out there making NFL throws to guys who won't even make the practice squad. And just like that, the silence broke. Fans started asking the obvious. Why is the best arm in camp stuck on field 3? Why hasn't anyone said his name? Now those same analysts who laughed him off are backpedaling on live TV, pretending they didn't already write the kid off. But it was too late. The internet caught on, Cleveland was already paying attention, and now the conversation has flipped completely because Shedeur made himself impossible to ignore.
I mean, let's be honest, you don't like him because he's flashy? Because he has a nice watch better than yours? I mean, he is a rich kid who's really earned it. And that's why people should actually be applauding Shedeur.
Let's be real. Shedeur Sanders was never judged fairly. Because he's confident, flashy, and the son of Deion Sanders, they labeled him before he even stepped on the field. Meanwhile, other quarterbacks get excuses. Shedeur gets held to a different standard. But he's not playing their game. He's rewriting it. And now they're the ones trying to catch up. While the front office clings to its pride, the locker room's already moved on. They see exactly what's happening, and they're responding in real time. Shedeur's not just earning reps, he's earning respect. Veterans are sticking around after practice to work with him, linemen are backing him in meetings, and the leadership voices? They're telling coaches to adjust protections to fit his game. This isn't hype, it's trust, and it's growing fast.
People that want to have the opportunity to be at this level, and I'm here, and I'm thankful to have the opportunity, so whenever that is, it is. But it doesn't make me feel down, or it doesn't make me feel...
Let's be real, they won't admit it in front of the cameras, but behind the scenes, the coaching staff is already tearing up the script, and they're not doing it for Flacco, not for Gabriel, they're doing it for Shedeur. They're ditching the old conservative system built for Picket and building around Shedeur's quick release, mobility, and deep ball accuracy. This isn't about easing a rookie in. This is about giving him the keys and building something he can actually win with. And the defense? They've already figured it out. Camp got louder, practice got faster, and the QB they tried to hide is suddenly running the show.
$250 million in rookie jersey sales for Shedeur Sanders, which means he's going to commission $14 million. He only...
Let's not pretend this is just about football anymore. Shedeur Sanders is turning into a business move the Browns can't ignore. The second he started taking real reps, everything changed. Ticket sales ticked up, his jersey vanished from shelves, and the buzz around this team. In July, hit a level Cleveland hasn't felt in years. While the coaches juggle rotations and the GM protects his plan, the people upstairs are following the money. And right now, all of it is chasing Shedeur. This isn't just hype, it's momentum. Fans are showing up, buying in, and betting on a quarterback who actually looks like he can flip the script. And the owner? Jimmy Haslam saw this coming. He didn't want Shedeur because of the name. He wanted him because he's marketable, magnetic, and already making the Browns relevant in a way Picket never could. And now with preseason about to kick off, the spotlight is coming whether they like it or not. Shedeur's about to get real reps, real eyes, and a real shot to flip the depth chart on live TV. And if he shows out like he has in camp, the Browns won't be able to hide him, the fans won't let it go, and the QB1 job becomes his to lose. This isn't just a rookie moment, it's a takeover. And Shedeur Sanders? He's not waiting for permission, he's taking the throne.